Hey guys, so today I just wanted to share some of my insight and talk about my experiences with minimum wage jobs because it is one of the most readily available and is the most widespread position, and I'm talking about retail, cashier, food service, things like that. Jobs in America, it's the most available jobs in America right now, so I think it's very important that we have this discussion, and if any of you are currently working minimum wage jobs or feel stuck, I just want to speak to you, and hopefully some of the things that I say resonates with you and you find value in this video. So let's jump right into it. A little bit about me. I am a college dropout. I dropped out when I was about 18 or 17, so 3 or 4 years ago, and I dropped out because I was having a lot of difficulty with school, with passing, especially towards the end of it. I had no intentions of knowing what I wanted to do when I grow up, or doing anything with my major, if I could even choose one. I switched maybe 3 times. So it made the most sense for me to drop out, and I was also serving at the time. So I had that money, and I figured if I did this full time, maybe I could make it. I was definitely a bit naive, but now here we are now, so let's discuss. After dropping out, I realized that serving wouldn't necessarily do it alone because most of the business and the wages was heavily based on how busy it was. So Saturday, Sunday, Friday, and Thursday were the busiest days, and so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of seemed like a waste to work there, and also burnout with working too many and staying in the same environment too much was heavily affecting me. So I decided to supplement some of my other hours with another job such as retail, cashier, things like that. And it's almost necessary to do that as well because a lot of these minimum wage positions, nobody really wants to hire full-time. Nobody wants to give you benefits and things like that. So honestly, it's really hard to find any more than like 35 hours anyway from a job. But that being said, I also want to clarify, I do not think that minimum wage should be a living wage, and I don't necessarily agree with raising the minimum wage because I believe that it would cause a little bit of inflation, and I think that it would hurt small businesses. So I'm not saying that that's the solution at all. So basically, all my complaints become validated when you are no longer in high school and you need to make more than $11 an hour. So that's pretty much what I was making, and when I took my serving checks and divided up the tips and stuff, serving comes out to about 16 to 25 on a really good day. And when we talk about serving hours, if I was making $25 an hour serving, this is maybe like for 4 hours at night. Like, the thing with serving is that it's only good when it's busy, and it's only busy when it depends on the restaurant, you know. So that's it's very important if you are serving that you find a place that you fit in and works for you as well. So anyways, I don't believe that minimum wage should be raised. I believe that the issues arise when you are no longer in high school and you need to make money, and also because these jobs, a lot of these jobs will want more responsibilities from the older people because, of course, they need people to open. High schoolers can't go in at 7 in the morning on Monday through Friday and things like that. So absolutely, you need people who are adults and people to do the responsibilities in your jobs, but we also need to get paid much more reasonably for that as well. And so that's a possible solution, like raising wages for people who are a little bit older, because I'm not saying that nobody should be able to make a living doing those jobs. Like, for example, one of my nobody should be able to make a living because they stand at a desk all day. And not that work is not valuable, not that the work is not anything. My argument is that well, since automation's taking over, might as well automate that job and let that person do something they truly love. So obviously, if you watch any of my other videos, I'm very heavily Yang Gang, so a lot of my core beliefs align with Andrew Yang's. So I'm totally biased, that's all. But So also with these jobs and experiences, I'm going to be completely blatantly honest with you. This year has been a very special year because I have been through 6 minimum wage jobs since the start of 2019. And I actually, that's a luxury that I've been able to jump around and try and find the environment that works best for me, because a lot of people are working paycheck to paycheck, and a lot of people have families that they need to provide for. So that's where the issue starts arising, is if you have things like that, if you're an adult and you're getting paid the same as a high schooler. And so I'd just like to call out some things about minimum wage jobs that and especially things like right now I'm currently struggling to find a minimum wage job that will let me reserve my weekends for serving, because those are their busiest days, and it's totally understandable. But also something that I think needs to stop is any sales job that you are not making commission for. Why is anybody working harder? Why is anyone working above minimum when they're getting paid minimum? So for me, this job wants me to work at least half Sunday and have open availability on Saturday, but those would be my busiest serving jobs, and there's no commission, so the hourly rate is about the same. So I'm going to make the same on Saturday as I would make on Monday, but if I'm serving, that Saturday is a really busy day for me. I would not be making the same as serving on Monday. So it's really dicey for me to now, I thought that I hacked the system by saying this is how I'm going to balance these two jobs, and even that is now kind of becoming a struggle, and fairly too. But this is why things need to change, because this is the most available job. These jobs are the most readily available, and the ones that are being worked the most by, this is the core of American workforce, basically. And a lot of these people who are working these aren't high schoolers. So basically, we need to be taken care of. And for me, UBI, a Universal Basic Income, $1,000 a month, would help supplement. It would put, if I was working those two jobs and getting the UBI, I could either drop one job, focus on one, or keep working both and be able to save, because $1,000 a month would cover rent or a car. So basically all my bills. I live with my family right now, so that I'm so fortunate for that. But not everyone is as fortunate as me. So as much as I've felt that I've struggled this year, I know there's people suffering much worse. Also about minimum wage jobs is that things that since going through all these jobs this year, I've learned that, well, at first, when it was starting to get to maybe 3, I started feeling really down about myself. I was thinking, well, I'm the problem, clearly. I can't hold a job. And it's true to an extent. I am the problem. Like I said, I'm fortunate enough to be able to bounce around. I work in places that I just do not enjoy, and so I quit. And I know that sounds very dangerous, and that's not the message I'm trying to send. Every time I have ever quit, I have truly felt like I have given it my all, and I have tried to fix certain problems. At certain serving jobs, I've tried to fix the busyness issue, it would be too slow, and so I wasn't making money. I've tried to do things like that, and it's very hard when you're at the bottom. A lot of times I've always been at the bottom, but sometimes I felt that I was one of the ones who most cared about the the business thriving and things like that, and that's just wrong. If you're at the bottom and you care the most, and also I wasn't being paid to care, so it wasn't part of my job, and I shouldn't have done it. It also increased my burnout because of these frustrations. So really, the problem with me is that I overvalue myself, perhaps, but honestly, if it wasn't for every get at this last couple jobs, guests just telling me I had high energy and just really enjoying talking to me and really boosting my confidence and making me realize that I am valuable, I would feel miserable right now. The fact that I can't hold down a job. But and so if you're feeling that way, the problem is not you. The problem is the system. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I could go on and rant forever, but there's a problem with the way minimum wage works in America. There's a problem with our priorities. And so as of now, I want you guys to keep in mind that you are replaceable at these jobs, but so are they. So I definitely, if you're miserable at your minimum wage, I highly encourage you to start applying now. Just constantly apply, especially since holiday season is rolling around and plenty of people will be looking. It is so easy to leave jobs and get new ones. So I would definitely say, if you're miserable where you are, please try and get out. But also, if this video resonates with you, let's start a discussion. How do we fix it? In my opinion, UBI is the best answer for me right now. So thanks for listening, you guys. Have a good day.